Yo, 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 we back. Fresh episode, recorded episode of Talking Game. It's your host, Anthony, LT, Yellow Tape King, Tony. Whatever you call me, let me know when I was on when you was fucking with me. And we back with the three-man weave. We got Coach, we got Cuz. What up with y'all?
What's good, people?
Going on, man?
Hey man, yeah. We we had a lost episode last week. Pretty good one, but we back now. All right, we back now. We're I wish I could say in the middle of the conference finals. We might be towards the end of the conference finals. Uh, Knicks are finding every way to lose against the Pacers. OKC just clearly looks better than the Timberwolves. But let's start on the closest time zone. Let's start on the Eastern Conference Finals. And Jay, you the Knicks fan, so I always kind of let you kick off how you feeling about the Eastern Conference Finals right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Yo, I almost wore all black to this podcast, yo.
Wow.
I almost wore all black, man. I'm in my feels right now. Nah, but for real though, just like me and Coach was talking about off camera a little bit, like Tibbs ain't the guy that's gonna put you over the top. Like I had a little bit of faith in him. I thought maybe he had uh a little more credit due for why we came back against Boston and won them two games, but I, he's clearly getting out coached by Carlisle right now.
Yeah.
So, it'll take a miracle to push this thing seven. Hopefully they get game five and it get a little more interesting. But yeah, I can't see it. I can't see it changing up too much.
Yeah. Coach, go ahead. I'm gonna let you go, and then I'll speak on how I'm feeling about it. Go ahead, Coach.
To say that I'm surprised is probably an understatement. Um, I was just telling Jay before we went on, like, Tom Thibodeau is a guy that can, if you a playing team, he can get you into the top four. But like, you probably not gonna go any further than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, he just he's getting out coached like circles around him. And it's like every move that he tries to make, Rick Carlisle is checkmating. Like, you don't play your bench, I play mine. So when you want to try to pull a move like put Mitchell Robinson in there, well, I got Tony Bradley.
Tony
He's been
Brad.
ready. I got a body to throw over here. You
Tony.
know what I'm saying? And he's just this is a master class of coaching. And I've already said, like, Rick Carlisle has not gotten his flowers for the coach that he is. Um, I haven't understood a lot of the moves from Tibbs. Like, okay, you throw Mitchell Robinson in the starting lineup, which moves Cat obviously to the four. Well, when Cat's at the five, he's dominant. You know what I'm saying? He scored
Yeah.
20 points in the fourth quarter playing the five.
And
You
Cat
know what
can't
I'm
guard
saying?
Siakam.
You move him to the four. Yeah, like he now you got him guarding Siakam. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's just not a good look. Tyrese Halliburton's playing out of his mind. And I just think that this series has also made me to like kind of wonder how did the Knicks even get there? Because this roster is super flawed, and it took a great coaching effort from Rick Carlisle to expose that. Um, JB Bickerstaff, he's a good coach, but I look at him and Tibbs in the same boat, and then I don't think Joe Mazzulla could coach anyway. So now you going up against a master of sorts, and it looks really bad. Like, he's making you wonder how did you even get here? Like, you're depending on like guys like DeLon Wright, Landry Shamet, which they are consummate professionals, but it's just It's just not enough at this point. But I did go Knicks in 7, so I can't switch. Like Jay say, let's just hope they get it tomorrow, at least to kind of make it interesting.
I think they get it tomorrow. I do.
Hmm. I
But
think the true crime from last night's game was Deuce McBride only played 14 minutes. And well, he wasn't -14, but I don't know. The change to put Mitchell Robinson in the starting lineup, I would have rathered him stay on the bench. And if you're gonna take someone out, you take Josh Hart out, but you put in Deuce McBride.
wait, what game did they do that though?
Game We won the first game
Game,
that they did it.
game,
So
We
it
did.
worked.
game 3.
I think it's crazy because I can really see both sides. Like I can see the no hope angle, but then when you look and you say they haven't lost a game by double digits. You know what I'm saying? Like game one, if like I said, if OG hit a free throw, if Cat hit their free throws, it's
Yeah.
over. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like but I also get the no hope angle, but and it's not even based off of the roster because obviously you guys have enough of what y'all got to stay in the games. It goes back to what coach is saying though. Yeah, these games can all be close, but this is when coaching wins games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is when we use our timeouts. This is when we call that out of bounds play. This is when I grab the chalkboard. All them, if you look, quarter one through three, them niggas call timeout. Them boys getting some water. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Might get a little speech. Hell, half the timeout, the coach now walked out into the court himself. But when it comes to the fourth quarter and when these games tight, it's just shout out to Rick Carlisle, man. You know, it was a good pull by you, coach, because you definitely started talking Rick Carlisle before this series started. And Jesus,
Yeah.
if we talk about belt to ass on the court or field that we watch, it's belt to ass on the sideline. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Like this is crazy. And Tibbs is, you know, basically how coach explained it, but I'm gonna say how my boy, who was a Magic fan I had on when he was talking about Jamal Mosley. Hey man, some guys are here just to help you right the ship. You know what I'm saying? And Tibbs might just been the guy to get y'all not being the bad look Knicks and to make y'all respectable. And now it's time to get somebody to get y'all over the hump.
Hmm.
I'm saying, and that's how people feeling down here about Jamal Mosley, and that's how I've always felt about Tibbs. You see, I was calling him second round Tibbs before the playoffs even started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he gonna get you there, and that's
Yeah.
when y'all not gonna get swept. You know what I'm saying? Like it's because, but that goes to answer your question though, because of like how did we get here? They play hard. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit gonna get the ball bouncing your way a lot. You know what I'm saying? Where if teams out here bullshitting, I can catch y'all slipping, and that's what it seemed like it looked like. And then you go against Joe Mazzulla, who sucks, who wouldn't come off of that 3-point ball. You end up in the conference finals.
Well, well, I'm always gonna like if I quote anything from anything that I seen, I'm not gonna plagiarize or be the word out of the book, but I ain't gonna whatever it is the podcast, and I'm gonna give shouts. But like Jeff T said the other day, like the style of play for the Knicks, like Jalen Brunson is dribbling the air out that bitch for like 18, 19 seconds. And then you giving it up to guys who they can't create. They're not shot creators.
Yeah.
Like like you throwing a pass with 4 seconds to go to OG Anunoby, and he's not a shifty type of guy to get, he's kind of like a straight line driver.
Yeah.
So you kind of put him in a bad position. Like you need to go out and get you another like scoring wing. You know what I'm saying?
Dalton Connect. Not Dalton Connect, Austin Reeves.
That could work,
I'll
honestly.
take I'll take Mikal Bridges for Austin Reeves.
You probably ain't gonna get that, but you know
Yeah.
you ain't gonna get that. But like somebody who you when you got Jalen Brunson dribbling, he throwing grenades, you gotta get the guy who knows how to defuse a grenade. And this won't happen but like you need to get a Derek White. Derek White catches grenades from Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum all the time. He's got a quick trick. He's always ready to fire that motherfucker or go out,
Yeah,
which it kind of gives it kind of gives you the same player, but go get Cam Johnson. You know,
I
guess you need a bucket getter. You need a bucket getter.
Yeah,
3-2 though. Like other than Cat probably our best 3-point shooter, right? Yeah.
Other than Brunson off the catch and shoot.
Yeah.
But that's the problem though. He holds the ball so long, he don't get catch and shoot opportunity.
Yeah, Johnson can, like you said, Johnson can catch that bitch and put it up. Carolina legend. You know,
I don't like Cat. If Cat's my best shooter, we're not gonna win.
Yeah, it's not enough
because he's more effective. You know, getting to the basket. When he decides to put his head down and get to the cup, like he's damn near unstoppable. It looks at times like Miles Turner don't know what to do with it, and Siakam's too small. But like when you jacking up logo threes, like even if the logo three go in, like if I'm an opposing coach, like if Cat gonna beat us out here shooting logo threes, cool. Like we'll take that L that way.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. And one thing that we haven't spoke on yet, and I went back and forth in my mind before we started up the pod, like, am I gonna get this nigga credit? I mean, am I gonna get this dude credit or am I gonna just gloss over it? But yo, Tyrese Halliburton, man.
Let me pour you up, cuz. Let me pour you up.
Yeah, man. I need where my glass at, yo. Hey, man, yo, that was some superstar shit he did last night, man. Like, we could say he not a superstar. I could say he not a superstar, but yo, 32, what he had? 32, 12, and 15 with no turnovers. That's some superstar shit.
Yeah.
So I gotta give him credit. I also gotta give him credit for that too, because he stepped his game up. He ain't underrated. At the very least. I mean, he ain't overrated. At the very least, he ain't overrated.
He better than Brunson?
Ooh, that depends on what you. He's been better than Brunson in this series. He's a better floor general than Brunson.
And you can say it's okay. I won't post it on social media. You can say it. Coach, Halliburton better than Brunson?
Is he better than Brunson? No. Has he been a better player in this series? Absolutely. And you know, it's just Tyrese Halliburton is so good at making other players better. That's the thing. That's the biggest thing. Like in my group chat, shout out to one of the homies. He had already called that shit before. He called it. He was like, I texted and I said Knicks in 7. And he was like, hell no. He was like, it's gonna be Tyrese Jordan tonight. Like Halliburton he's like, Halliburton get ready to go crazy. And I'm like, nah, like it's Knicks in 7. And like when I seen the game that he had last night, I had to text him and like, good call on that Halliburton shit because he came out with fire in his eyes from Jump Street. So I had a homeboy that definitely called that on the nose.
What makes Brunson better than Halliburton then?
His ability to get a bucket, like when you really need one. And I know Tyrese has been doing it, but Brunson just got a longer track record. So until he continues doing it, I'm gonna say Brunson better at that.
Yeah, I just like basically the same thing Jay just said. Like, I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm getting with Brunson. Like, I know he in kill mode from the time the ball goes up. Halliburton might have a game where he chilling and he might have 8 points. You know what I'm saying? And if he has games where like he can do what he did last night, maybe on a more consistent basis, then you kind of got to start having that conversation that, all right, now let's just say Tyrese is the better player, but not quite yet though.
I think the bucket getting goes into the style of play though with Halliburton. He's a traditional point guard. He's the dinosaur. You know what I'm saying? He's the guy who's gonna, try and lead the league in assists. I, I think he's shown if he really wanted to go get buckets, he can go get buckets. I think, but it goes back to the conversation of regular season in general, though.
Yeah.
No, I think he can get buckets. Like I don't disagree with that, but like, can you really get buckets? You know what I'm saying? Like,
What do you need, a 50 piece or something?
maybe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
I feel.
because like
I don't
I,
think he'll ever do that.
he might not, but
Like
like
that's not him.
Yeah.
I
I don't know if he follows up this performance like if he comes out again and does that again, like
Yeah.
I'm closing you out in the garden,
In the garden, yeah.
that's different. But if he come out, he had 8, like it's kind of like, see, this is shit I'm talking about.
no in the playoffs for sure. In the playoffs for sure. Yeah, like,
Yeah,
he can't do it in the playoffs. But like he did have one bad game against the Bucks, right? I think he had like a
He
bad
had
game.
like
yeah,
he had
yeah.
like 4 points against the Cavs too one game.
Yeah, so yeah, I can see that. And that doesn't happen to Brunson. But
Yeah, yeah.
styles make fights. Um Jay, is Tibbs the coach of the Knicks in October?
Um, it's hard to say because him and Leon is in it like they in it till the end. So if Tibbs is gone, so is Leon. Plus, the series is not quite over yet, even though it feels like it's over.
True.
It's not. So I think it depends on how the Knicks go out. If they go out, if they can come back, but it depends. It really depends on how they go out. If they go out in 5, he need to be he should be gone. Like I'm gonna say he should be gone. 6, I still think he should be gone. 7,
He got to take it at
7.
least 7, huh?
Yeah, if
Yeah,
he if he if he get it back to 7 and it's competitive in 7,
yeah.
um, that's the only way I think he should stay.
I don't know, man. Marcus, who you got? You think Tibbs the coach in October?
I think he's the coach in October, but I think it's a discussion to be had.
Mhm.
Like, what are you gonna do different? You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna have to be like he's probably gonna have to go to James Dolan because James Dolan got this rap for really not giving a shit for years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like you got the garden back being the garden, and James Dolan ain't no dummy. You know what I'm saying? I, I know people are gonna come to our games regardless, but they coming to our games and we got championship aspirations. What are you gonna do different to get us over the hump?
Yeah.
And what you tell me ain't really what I want to hear, then we got to go find somebody that's talking my language. Um, I think he will be the head coach, but I definitely think there's a discussion to be had. I think we're gonna make one more run at this because you got past the second round, and I think the Eastern Conference Finals saves his job. So you got past the second round. Now tell me what you need me to go out and get you to get us into the title game. And if I go out and get that and you can't do it, then it's probably done. But I think he's coach in October for sure.
I think so too. I'm along the lines of a conversation though. Like I think the
Mhm.
offseason can go left. Like
Yeah.
if like I do think if Tibbs is being stubborn, Tibbs, you gotta go. And you got to, because it's not a winning formula. Like it's a can get you so far. Um,
Mhm.
I don't know what trades can be made. Like I haven't looked. It doesn't look the Knicks don't really have any draft assets anymore. So it's like what players that you want to move, from this core, because that's the only players that got value. Your top 6 players, 7 if you count Mitchell Robertson. Um, so we should see. I think
Flip, hey, flip cat for Giannis.
that's the only way y'all get Giannis.
That's the only way. They salaries match too.
Yeah, that's the only way you get him. But I probably still want draft capital if I'm Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm giving you the better player. I need a couple first round picks. So you got to go find them. You got to go find another team.
Yeah.
Hey, 3-team deals happen. They say they're hard, but it seems like it happens often. The Lakers were
Mhm.
able to keep Utah in the dark. So we shall see. I threw out a text earlier. If Tibbs ain't the coach, I think y'all should go out to Mike Malone. I y'all already have he can pretty much bring the Denver system to you guys. You know, running with Cat and Jalen Brunson. Cat's
Mhm.
not as good as Jokic, but Brunson's better than Murray. You know,
Yeah.
I like Mike Malone as a coach better. So he wouldn't lose some of these games that y'all have lost. You know, that'll count for wins. Maybe Sam Cassell. I think he been assistant long enough. I think it's about time he get his crack at it, but we'll see, man. Shout out to second round Tibbs, made it to the third round. I can't call him, man. Can't call him that no more. Want to talk Western Conference?
Yeah.
Let's talk Western Conference, man.
See, it's not. It's really ain't much to talk about with that series though.
Series,
Nah.
the series been terrible.
Yeah.
Like, it's really been hard to watch. You
You
know,
know what? I'm not even gonna go as far as to say it ain't nothing to talk about. It's plenty to talk about.
yeah,
Number one, Anthony Edwards. I
Mm.
ain't gonna jump off the fence because I've been on record on here and like in just talking sports in general. He's become my favorite player. But if you fucking up, I have to call you out. Like, don't don't give me this Jimmy Butler, I'm trying to play the right way ass shit. Like,
Mhm.
I don't like that. Like, every
Yeah.
time the conversation of face of the NBA comes up with him, it's like he does this shit on purpose and not perform just so people be like, all right, he ain't the face. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like he's shying away from that.
Mm.
Julius Randle is showing us exactly why New York was comfortable flipping his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That 20, what he have, 24 the other night in that 40-point blowout.
yeah, I think something like
Like, whatever. You
And
can
then he
keep.
got a triple single the other night.
Yeah, so like 2 out of your last 3 games, you haven't even been able to crack 10 points. That's terrible. Um, you remember back in the first round, because when you mentioned something about Fred VanVleet not being playable, and
that.
like you had to take him out. Like,
Yes,
to me, that's kind of become Mike Conley. I understand why you have to keep Mike Conley on the floor because Mike Conley's going to keep everything in order. He's going to keep everything calm. Like, he's that vet that you need out there, but he can only give you so much. Rudy Gobert is horrible. Like, the question for me is, and again, I always hate to bash coaching because that's the position I'm in right now, and there's probably people that bash me and think I'm not worth a damn. But Chris Finch, what are you doing? Like, they are allowing Shea to, like my boy Beanie Man, they're allowing Shea to be king of the dance hall. This nigga's sitting up here, he's dribbling, he's shimmying into all of his moves, and Rudy Gobert is the defensive player of the year in the paint and around the rim. The nigga did not win that award for getting out there and moving his feet.
true.
And y'all are not bringing double teams. Nigga, let Casey Wallace beat us. Let Aaron Wiggins beat us. Let Lou Dort beat us. Like, they're not even double teaming off of Lou Dort.
Or, or fucking fight over the screen.
Fight, yes. Fight over.
How about that?
Yeah, fight over.
And
Mhm.
because Nate Smith has been fighting over every fucking screen to be on Jalen Brunson ass. So
Yeah.
Dort fighting.
Yeah, Dort. Yeah.
Dort is fighting over every screen to be on Anthony Edwards' ass. So
Yeah.
it's like, come on, bro, where's the effort? It's the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
You know,
And it's just, I just I don't think the Timberwolves are doing a good job of execution. Like if you gonna continue to rely on Nikhil Alexander Walker, who like he's playing like I'm trying to have something to talk about on Thanksgiving. You
Fact.
know what I'm saying? Like we just say, or the 4th of July during off season, like
Yep.
I want to have something to talk about at this cookout.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But you ain't gonna get that
Yeah.
consistently from him. And
Yeah.
Dante DiVincenzo, he's not gonna give you that consistently. Like Nas Reed has been a virtual no-show.
Yeah.
Like Minnesota is really gonna have to show some type of pride tonight. And I don't know how that's gonna go in OKC, to be honest with
It might get ugly.
you. Yeah.
Ugly. I think OKC is closer to the team that beats teams by 20 than the team that gets beat by 40. I mean, they had like one of the best margins of victory all year. Every team around that ranking, they all won championships. Um, I think that's just who OKC is. It's just crazy that I don't think none of us really wanted to believe it. Even though I picked OKC, I really like every chance I got, I was trying to pick somebody else.
Me
And
too.
they
That's
were
a
they were just staring right in our face. Hey
yeah.
guys, we're whooping
Mhm.
everybody ass. You know what I'm saying? We whooping them. We go to Boston, fully healthy, whoop them. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Cleveland got us, but they came to OKC, whooped them. It's not even close. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think I think it's because anytime you see a team like that in the regular season that's a young team, they kind of fizzle out in the playoffs. Like, especially if they don't have much experience. They kind of fizzle out like towards the second, third round. So it was like I was waiting on the shoe to drop, kind of like all right, this is it. Like now they gonna lose.
Yeah,
They just like how the Cavs did. I didn't even expect that from the Cavs, but it was kind of like for me that was kind of like the same sort of thinking like it's gonna catch up to them eventually. They're not gonna keep this up, but they have. So give them credit.
for sure. OKC is young, but they've kind of gone through the maturation process already. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 years ago, they were fighting for the play in, they didn't get in. Last
Hmm.
year, they were number one seed, they got bounced in the second round. So like
Hmm.
all the young guys, they've already done this shit. Like where like what how you slowly progress. It just so happened that they did it young as hell.
Yeah.
And like everybody's young, but Shea 26.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's not that young anymore. And then you got Caruso with the championship experience. You know what I'm saying?
I, I'm gonna say this. Um, the biggest thing, uh, the most scary thing here in 2025, and I'm just talking about life in general, is these YNs that don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? OKC is the YNs that don't give a fuck. Like these niggas got beat by 40 the other night. And like most young teams, like they probably would crumble. But these niggas was like, they really chalked that shit up like, bro, we just had a bad night. Like,
You know what Jalen Williams said?
what?
They said, was this the worst loss you ever had? He said, I lost by 60 in college, so nah.
Yeah, he did. I heard him say that.
What kind of YN comment is that? That means you just got 40 and you are unfazed and you like shit, let's line that shit up again.
Yeah.
Let's
Mhm.
line it up again. And do it. If you want to show me, you gotta do it to them multiple times.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you got to beat me by 40 again, and I might believe. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah. Yeah.
they just scary. Like Anthony Edwards is only one YN over there. They have a group of YNs. So like it's different over there in OKC.
Yeah, man. OKC has two draft picks. They have the 15th and the 24th pick first round this year. Wow. They
They
ain't
might shit. They might depending on where they could win the championship, and even then they still could get better. That's
yeah,
the crazy part.
yes.
Yeah,
And
because you can flip those. You can flip those.
actually,
Mhm.
or you can get them and shit. Let's draft one of these overseas prospects and stash his ass over there in Slovenia for 2 years before he come over. Or we could take a chance on a young project.
And they also have next year, they have Philadelphia's pick. That's top four protected. So as long as it lands outside the top four, they have Philly's pick. The wheels can fall off in Philly again, and that could be like the number five pick.
Yeah, you had to monitor that through at least All Star, maybe Christmas.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, so that can be like you said, they can just get better. And Sam Presti running circles around these guys, man.
Yeah.
Running circles, man.
Mm-hmm.
That was an interesting fact that like I was looking at something interesting. That was a timeline of like Sam Presti's, like what they have now. That shit dates all the way back to Rashard Lewis signed the trade to the Orlando Magic.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's like Rashard Lewis signed and trade, and
With the
he was,
Sonics?
yeah, yeah,
Damn.
like it was like a future pick that Orlando sent back, which ended up being Serge Ibaka.
God damn.
So they end up like trading James Harden,
It's crazy.
got that pick, and then they ended up flipping Ibaka to the Magic, ironically,
That's
which that pick turned. They flipped Ibaka back to the Magic to acquire DeMontis Sabonis and Victor Oladipo.
That's crazy.
They shipped them.
I forgot they had Sabonis too.
Yeah. So then they shipped Oladipo and Sabonis to the Pacers to get Paul George, which in turn, Paul George turns into the haul that they have now. And all of this came from the Rashard Lewis trade, like signing trade years ago. It was crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Remember they did something like that with the Carmelo trade to the Knicks, and the Knicks. When did that trade happen? 2010?
Nah. What? To OKC?
No, not to OKC. When did y'all get Carmelo?
It was like
That was
12.
like 2011, I think.
2011.
Yeah, 11,
Yeah.
12.
Man, that shit paid Denver out to like 2020. Like, because like with this Pacers pick, it could have been this year, but it was top six protected. So next year it goes to top four. Then in 2027, it can be top four again if it lands in the top four. So like that's how that shit happens. That shit just get pushed back, and then you get it, and then you start moving around with it. That's crazy. But hey, man, good GMs. That's what the Hornets need to do. They need to get whatever assistant or young guy from OKC and just give him a GM job. Can't
Yeah.
can't do no worse. Can't do no damn worse. But I saw a stat on OKC today that they have the fourth most wins before the NBA finals in NBA history. If they win today, they'll tie the 96-97 Bulls. Um This team is, if they win it all, because that's what it takes. Because they had the Warriors on there, but I was like, I hate seeing the Warriors on anything. Seeing as they ain't close out. But if they win it all, man, they got to go down as one of the best teams in history. You know what I'm saying? We might not like the way it looked, but just based off of how many games they won in total, how
Yeah.
dominant they were too with their margin of victory. It's unconventional, but they got it. I know my boys say we probably hating on them because Shea Canadian. And we just want the last nigga left to win. I was crying, but it might be a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 68 wins is impressive. Like, when you said that to me the other day, I'm like, wait, are you talking about ever? Or like they need to be in the conversation? And I think anytime you win 63 and you win 63 or more, that means your losses was in the teens. So anytime you go 63 and above, I think you need to be mentioned as like, even if you don't win it, you need to be recognized for the season that you had. But if the Thunder can top it off with a title like 68-14. That's some serious business.
Only 7 teams, Thunder are one of them now, have ever won 68 games.
Mm.
Got the 66, 67 Sixers, got the 71, 72 Lakers, the 72, 73 um Celtics. Oh wow.
Mm.
Got they got 68. Then you got the 72 Bulls. Then the year after, them motherfuckers won 69 games, bro.
Who?
That's a run. The Bulls. They won 72, then
Oh,
they won
Yeah,
69.
69, a very good.
God.
Yeah.
Jesus. Then you got the 73 win Warriors, and then now the Thunder. The only team not to win the chip
The
was
Celtics had to be.
now the Celtics won in 72, 73.
No, they didn't. The Knicks won in
Oh
73.
shit. Damn, yeah, well, two teams, the Celtics and the
It
Warriors.
did something I know. I know is that. I know that.
Hey,
1973 is the last time the Knicks won the chip.
damn, man. And
The
I
last
don't
time.
don't look like it's gonna be this year.
Nah.
It's not. It's Jesus. Well, coach, you want to talk Braves?
Yeah, let's talk Braves, man.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Ronald Acuna first at bat back, it goes yard. Does it again the very next day. Um, but this series with the Phillies is huge because they're up 9.5 right now, and it's still a lot of baseball to play. You know what I'm saying? But we need to be closing that gap. Like I said, the Mets are gonna make it. Um, they've already blown the lead. We in this series with Philly right now. We lost a tough one 2-0 last night. Spencer Strider, he pitched well. Um, but we just keep finding ways to have this young talent. Like we just keep finding like Drake Baldwin, and I might have mentioned him on an earlier episode. Like he's actually doing better than you know what I could have ever imagined. You know what I'm saying? To the point where we might have to platoon a catcher. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't happen too often.
Yeah.
Um, the pitching staff's coming along. I'm not really. I'm starting to get a little antsy with Raisel Iglesias closing the game. Um, he blew a save against the Padres, and then Eli White had that horrible base running gaff right there. But like, we've been a lot more competitive here lately. Still trying to recover from the slow start. I think we'll be fine, especially once Acuna like kind of rounds into form. I think we'll be okay. Again, it's a long year. I don't see us catching the Phillies or the Mets, but I kind of like history's shown us in this expanded wild card that like that's kind of what you want to get. You kind of want to get a wild card spot to get hot and make that run.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I actually text my homeboy that about y'all today. I was like, I think y'all started off a little too far behind, even with 162 games. But I think y'all be fine for like the wild card. Yeah, it's just too much talent. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all gonna be all right. It's just so hard to dig out of that hole.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
y'all started off, but they kind of fucked y'all with the schedule though. Like,
And that's cool. I'd rather have it front loaded than collapse and have it back loaded.
this is true.
That's true. That's true.
Um, you see Soto batting 228.
And I love it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm pro-
Hey man, my boy, he listened to. Shout out to my man Terrence, man. But I sent it to him today, and he said, if he get on a good little run, hopefully he can bat like 250. I said, man, that's a lot of money for 250.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money for 250. I think he focused more on walks, so it's gonna be hard to raise that average anyway. If you ain't hitting the ball, your on base percentage would be fine. But hey man, we only 55 games in. I ain't gonna do too much because I mean he still won, so I'm not gonna act like he just fell off a cliff. But I will say this, he's not having fun. It shows. He don't even shuffle. Like
Mhm.
the smile ain't there. I don't know what the hell going on in Queens, but it's like they suck the joy out of him, man. And that sucks because at the end of the day, man, is as long more good baseball players mean more good baseball, bro. And it make the rivalry better. You know what I'm saying? Like if he good when the Mets play the Yankees, that makes it better. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a rivalry when niggas ain't at their best, man. But
When the Mets play the Braves too, when the Mets play the Phillies, like it's just good for baseball when the good players are good.
yeah,
But this, I mean, you're right. Like he don't look like he having fun playing baseball no more.
look like it at all. But the Mets low key, the Francisco Lindor balling, Pete Alonso balling, so you can kind of chill. You know, they saying all the right things, but I know after a while it's gonna be like, all right, nigga, let's get it together. Um, Jay, how you feeling about the Yankees right now?
Pretty good, man. We getting good. We getting good spot pitching from Ryan Yarborough, Will Warren, of course, Max Fried. Who else we got?
Cy Young?
Rodon, my nigga left shoulder Rodon
Hey,
or
I'm
right
not
shoulder.
mad. Rodon been balling. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna hold you.
yeah. So hey, we've been pretty good, even with the injuries that we had. We don't have a third baseman. Like honestly, the farm system has been performing that we've talked about. The farm system guys, they've came in and filled their job. They've done their job. So
They
can't be
really
too
have,
mad.
man. Shout out to John Loizaga.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, man. He's been balling out. I'm reading right now we should be getting Luis Hill around the All-Star break. Um Jazz Chisholm going through a full workout.
Mhm.
He went through
Shout
one,
out to the best 22 in New York.
you know what I'm saying? Benjamin Arose and Ben Rice balling out. But I can't lie to you. We have reached the soft ass part of our schedule. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
We,
we play the Dodgers coming up though
we do. So
this weekend.
I'm glad we got these tune-ups. You know, I don't know how we lost one to the Rockies.
Yo, that was crazy.
Gotta sweep the Rockies.
Yeah, yeah,
I think they only got 9 wins. We're fucking one of
yeah. That's
them.
terrible.
We are too. We are too.
Okay, okay. Yeah, matter of fact, yeah, because I remember texting you. I'm like, bro, y'all got to sweep the Rockies.
Yeah.
You know, even for like the Braves, y'all got to like those. Y'all got to sweep like us. We ahead, so you know, we drop one. Like, all right, bro, fuck it. But y'all
Yeah.
need one of them. So
I'm not surprised though. I'm not surprised we lost to the Rockies though.
yeah,
It's always the bad teams like that just take one off us. Even the Athletics got one off us too. So
yeah,
uh,
fucking
yeah,
Sacramento
yeah.
Athletics.
Sacramento.
So yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm more excited right now about the Yankees than I have been because help is on the way. You know, if we, I guess, maybe move Jazz back to third. Like I say, Luis Hill come help with the arms. Rodon ain't been ass. It's been good. Now it just sucks. No Garrett Cole. That'd have
Yeah.
been, you know, with what Rodon doing, Max Fried, Garrett Cole would have been the horse, man. But
Mhm.
what are you gonna do? Shout out to the Yankees. I still don't like Boone. Oh,
No.
Evan Williams once again last night gave up 2 fucking runs.
Yo, he scared the shit out of me too.
What the fuck, bruh? What? He got
He tightened up though. He tightened up.
he's reached he got to go status, bruh.
Damn.
Because like, okay, and coach, you understand this as a closer, you can't. He had too many, or a reliever, he had too many fuck ups to have a fuck up last night and be like he been fine. Nah, you don't have the leeway to have that cushion of you've been fine, bruh. Like if you ain't did that shit out, like Luke Weaver let one fly.
Yeah.
And what he has cushion. You know why? Because his ERA is 0.73.
Hmm.
David Williams, your ERA is over 6. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to
Hey,
hear
but look, it was at 10, so he's gotten it down.
that. Let
It was at 10.
how terrible it was.
Yeah, it was bad.
All right, man. We finna get out of here. Jay, you got some final words, some last words you want to say to the people?
Hey man, yo, I think I might put some Nick gear on now. Like, fuck it. It ain't work.
Yeah,
I'm gonna throw my Spreewell jersey on. Something
fact.
like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Maybe some 99 juice could come out of it.
that's
I
the one.
don't know.
That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
Um, Coach, what you gotta say to him?
Uh, not much today, really. Was gonna get out here and kind of talk about Carolina Hurricanes, but seeing as we getting ready to get gentlemen swept out of the Eastern Conference Finals, there's no need in talking about them. Uh, just been watching the WNBA.
Mm.
Uh, Caitlin Clark might be my goat when it's all
Already?
said and done. When it's all,
Already?
yeah,
Man,
when
Asia
it's
Wilson
all,
gonna be the GOAT when she done.
yeah. But
Hey, don't forget Juju too.
yeah, she on the way.
Nah, she baby GOAT.
She
If you
coming,
ever
yeah.
see me post on Instagram, I put baby GOAT. But Asia
Yeah.
big GOAT.
Yeah, but now on all seriousness, like just continue to like kind of watch the women's games coming up. Like, for you people out there who only casually watch the WNBA, like really sit down and like watch these girls. Like they're super talented. And like I was telling Cuz, like last season was probably the first time I really like locked in and like just didn't glance over and okay, I see what's going on. Like I'm really was watching whole games last year and like had we been doing this last year around WNBA, like I would have been locked and ready. So like, and I think I'm a little bit more entrenched into the women's game because my niece, she's a hooper. Like she's up and coming around our area, like as a player. So like, just shout out to the women's game, man. They keep doing, man. The game's growing. Game's growing.
Sure, for sure. Shout out to the women. I actually have a final thought. You know what I'm saying? One thing I know I said something about it on the last podcast, but I don't think I conveyed it the right way. Hey man, shout out to Around the Horn, show that I love. I look at what we do. I didn't think about it, but subconsciously, I literally created this podcast with the thoughts of being like Around the Horn, to be in contact with people in certain areas to talk about teams that they love in certain places. And that's the same as Tim Cowlishaw being where he was, and Woody Page being in Colorado, and all those guys. Shout out to them. But my true final thought is, man, I don't know if you guys saw the RG3 Ryan Clark shit that was going on, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I watch a lot of content. I promise you, it is only us that find a way to beef in any kind of space that we all occupy in. Literally. It is low key ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense at all. But if you ever look, it's always us finding ways to beef. I don't know how the hell people are making millions of dollars to talk about sports or whatever they talk about, because hell, Shannon Sharp and Ocho was beefing with Cameron and Mace or whatever y'all talking about, to find a way to beef. Hey guys, let's just give these people the content they want. Let's have fun. Let's continue to smile. One of my favorite parts about editing when I be chopping up these clips for social media is I catch us smiling so much, bro. So hey, let's all enjoy this shit. They making big money. I know once we start making money, I know I ain't gonna have no time to be for no podcast or nothing that's going on. You feel me? But yeah, man, just enjoy this shit, man. We don't know how long we here. Peace. Make sure y'all follow, like, subscribe, all that good shit, man.